frying broom? The frying broom?
I'm sorry, I'm breaking the teeth in for a friend. Hello, good morning, good noon, good whatever the heck it is. Let's see who the heck's
Let's slide on over
here.
and see how many more peeps are there.
Oh my gosh.
Lordy.
All right then, hello.
Helena
hello.
And Logan and Helena.
Well, hello Geraldine, hello Sean, hello Gilda, Jessica,
Savannah.
Cass, Helena, Savannah, and Logan. Hi guys, how are you? Kathy's joined us on the TikTok, and Kitchman 1203 and Jen and all other people. Hello, welcome. What an interesting day.
Oh,
You know, it's that kind of curse, isn't it? May you live in interesting times.
It's not so bad.
Oh, right.
It's not so bad.
Tinfoil hats, everybody.
Right.
There is some stuff happening today.
Right. We know today is the Aquarius full moon. Woo-hoo, it's our moon. Me and Gilda and Helena. Woo-hoo.
Wendy. Well, no, it's not
Hi,
Wendy's
Wendy.
full moon, but hello, Wendy.
All right, so happy full moon, everybody. I'm not going to repeat a lot of what I said last week. So if people are tuning into this show anytime today or during our live, and they're wondering a little more about what's going on, they could certainly go back to last week's Magickal Monday podcast to get the in-depth information.
The in-depth astrological information.
But I'm going to recap a tiny bit just so we understand what's happening.
What's going on?
All right. So we know that the moon is full opposite the sun, so that creates an opposition. And when we have an opposition, we have two distinctly different points of view, and in order to resolve that or come to some sort of resolution, we need to change our perspective a little bit, right? It's kind of like that. It's a 6. It's a 9. It just depends on where you're standing.
And also what the series is either side of it. But there you go.
Okay.
Aha.
So we have in the skies today 2 oppositions
2.
and 4 squares. And squares can be very tense or challenging, right? So I always say that in feng shui, we try to make some round corners so that energy flows freely. Because if we always come to that point,
That square.
that square point, sometimes we can get injured if we run headlong into the corner of a table.
It hurts.
So
It's a bit owie.
because we have 2 T-squares today, involving all of the planets except for Neptune and Pluto, we have 2 oppositions, 2 completely different points of view, and 4 harsh aspects or challenges. So the sun and moon are arguing whether it's a 6 or a 9, and Venus and Saturn are arguing whether it's a 6 or a 9.
Yeah.
And then all of the other planets are involved in the challenges except for Neptune and Pluto. So what I kind of like to do is figure out what is the best magic to do with what we've got.
Yes.
Now, I've seen on the Book of Face people arguing about it being a blue moon. Ba-da-ba-da. All right.
Abba-dabba-da.
Well,
Abba-dabba-da.
again, it's all about perspective. If you follow the almanac and you're an old-time farmer-type person,
The ensue is mainly in the soil.
this is called a blue moon because it's the 4th full moon in a season.
Oh, well, thank you for that.
Okay.
Now I know.
Some pagan people would consider the blue moon to be the 2nd full moon in the same sign.
Right.
So
okay.
we saw last month we had a Capricorn full moon at the very latest degree.
And a very...
And the
Earliest.
previous month we had a Capricorn full moon at the very earliest degree. So some pagan people would consider that 2nd Capricorn full moon to be the blue moon.
Yes.
Other pagans would tell you that when there are 2 full moons in a month, right, one at the very beginning of the month, one at the very end of the month, because we need those 28 days, that the 2nd full moon in the same month is a blue moon. However, they would be in two different signs
See, that would be the case, wouldn't
because
it?
the sun would be in a different place.
You have to think about where the word month comes from, because it's a month, and you're trying to cram your lunar into your solar kind of thing. So,
Right.
I don't know. I suppose there's
But
argument for everything.
However you count it,
Yes.
today is the Aquarius full moon. It is not the second Capricorn full moon. And it is not the second Aquarius full moon. I saw some people arguing about that. But the moon was full last month in Capricorn. So, all right. So what kind of magic would we do? Well, the key to unlocking T-squares is to look at the missing leg.
Judy wants to know, is this a lucky time? Lucky.
Well,
Let's think about that.
full moons are considered like the rosemary. You can use them for whatever you'd like.
You can.
So it is
Carte
a
blanche.
wonderful day to do some focusing. And the main focus I would see for today would be to focus on Aquarian energy, which is humanitarian kind of, peace, love, and
Understanding?
happiness for all, right? Power to the people kind of thing. But getting back to what I was saying,
Yes, please.
we have these two T-squares, and the focus for unlocking it, or the key to the best work of magic that you could do today, is to look at the missing pieces, because they may very well give you the perspective that you need to deal with the challenge and the opposition. So the missing signs, one fixed and one mutable, that don't have any activity there, that's why they're not making any aspects, are Scorpio and Sagittarius.
Don't fence me in.
So Scorpio is the psychic, the deep kind of occult spy that wants to get to the bottom of it. Whether they really report on it or not is different, right? Like Gemini is the roving reporter. They're going to find shit out and they're going to
Gemini
broadcast
have
it.
to talk.
Right. Scorpio might find the stuff out, but they might be, oh, well, this needs to stay hidden. Kind of thing.
I could use it as leverage later.
Okay.
That's a very Scorpio thing.
And Sagittarius is the higher mind, the higher thinker, the desire to understand on a really deep level and look at other cultures and other mythologies and other religions and all that kind of thing. So that's an interesting combination to put together for keys, right? Deep, mysterious discovery and understanding. And we could drill down on that a tiny bit,
We could.
because we could look at the degrees that are involved in the aspects of the oppositions and squares. So for the fixed signs, they're all in the very late degree, like 26, 27 degrees.
Right.
So that's in astrology called the last decadent.
Oh, your 3 decadents, eh?
So the last decadent of Scorpio would be Cancer.
Interesting, isn't it?
So the key gets even another little notch in it, or another detail in it. Cancer is known as the zodiac's mother, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
And what do mothers know?
Everything.
Everything.
They got eyes in their butts.
All right. So this Scorpio energy of digging deep and going within and figuring it out and dealing with your hidden stuff is now being nurtured by the mother or discovered by the mother. And it is an opportunity to really learn a lot about yourself.
You may be instructed about yourself.
How to nurture yourself.
Ah.
So today may be a good full moon to go on a journey to whatever goddess you feel is your mother, right? No matter what religion you are. It could be the Mother Mary, it could be whatever religion you follow, or it could just be to Mother Earth if you are not really religious but more spiritual and nature is your altar kind of thing. But go on a journey to ask whatever divine mother you follow to help you reconcile your stuff.
Your stuff.
Right?
Your stuff.
And then the Sagittarius energy is in the second decadent. I'll finish this in a second, and then you can blurt out whatever it is you're holding.
No, you're all right. You're right. Go for
the
it.
Sagittarius is in the second decadent, which is Aries, the pioneer. So the other really good thing to do for this full moon might be to set an intention for direction for the future. Right? So where are you now? What are you holding?
Where am I going?
What do you need to discover? What is something that would help you to grow in the direction you want to grow in? And how can you move forward in that direction? And then as well, please, please, please put aside some time today to pray for peace. Peace on earth, peace for humanity, love, kindness, all that good stuff. So we're my Choose Joy t-shirt.
Why not?
Today.
Why not? Why not? I mean, there's been too much angst and strum flying around. I just want to say hi to all the folks that have joined us. There's a whole flurry of people came up on the Tick of Talk. Please do absolutely spam that heart button. It helps us. We're trying to be less of a well-kept secret. So thank you. I know. I think there was Emma has shared the live. Thank you so much for that. And Cassandra says hi, and Akita and all sorts of fun people, and Linda, and why are we getting so many ads going on here? I'm just going to skip that. Maybe we're popular. We're popular on the tube.
I doubt that. We have a whole whopping 17 viewers on YouTube, but they want to spam them with ads anyway.
It's fun. So just spam them hearts, share our live. We're going to get to doing readings in a bit. If you want to read it on the Tick of Talk, then just throw us a gift of any kind. It doesn't have to be anything magnanimous. It doesn't have to be TikTok universe, whatever the hell that is, but we wouldn't say no. I've no idea what that is. But there you go. And Sean says it's the Sturgeon moon, and I noticed he also said he was burning his circle candle because we made those peace on earth candles.
We made peace on earth candles for the Aquarius full moon circle Friday.
So it makes sense to burn it today.
And the ones we had extra, everybody charged them up, and we'll be burning them on the altar in the hall. At the shop for the next however long they last, because I think now is a really, really important time to focus on peace.
It is. There's a lot of
unrest
upheaval all over the damn world.
A lot of unrest and division and threatening energies and scary stuff. But if we all work together to raise our vibration and bring about positive focus, moving forward in a peaceful way. This is what we all, anybody who's here and listening or who tunes into this at any time,
just spare a thought for that.
Now is really the time to pray for peace. Right?
Absolutely. And hello, Figment.
I think we're going to see the peace sign stuff making a resurgence.
Well, you've been making enough of them.
I've been making little rocks that say Havoc on the back or peace.
Yes, Havoc.
And I put them at the counter. Yeah.
So there's so much unrest in the world, and tensions. They're like, but you have to understand. Anger and resentment and fear and frustration only breed more of the same.
It breeds quickly.
And, like an eye for an eye just makes the whole world blind. And, we've got to get even, we've got to get mad, we've got to get even. It isn't going to fix a damn thing. The strongest force in the entire universe is love, and it's the only force capable of turning an enemy into a friend. So for our little part, this is what we do at the store every single day. It's a place of safety and love. And, the amount of people that just wander in who are just feeling out of sorts, and the store just gives them a big old hug, and it's okay. You can be okay here, you can be safe here.
And we said that the Aquarius card is the star card, and the one word for the star, if we had to pick one word, would be hope.
Hope.
And Anton said the greatest thing. He said, hope. Have only positive expectations.
Well, it's true. Hope is the most amazing thing. I mean,
And Jess posted a peace sign.
oh, thank you, Jess. And congratulations on your grand opening. I'm
Oh,
sorry
my
we were
goodness,
working.
yeah.
We would love to
We
have
were the
been
only
there.
two working on Saturday, so we couldn't leave.
we would have to have abandoned our place. Not that you're not worth it, because we'd love to, but you know, we still got to keep a roof over our heads. So, anyhow, yeah, but I was going to say, hope is such an amazing thing, because that's all you need really is a bit of hope. You may not necessarily know how am I going to get there. What's the exact path I've got
Well,
to
the
take?
universe takes care of the how. You just have to focus on the.
And hope says there is something out there. There's a solution. You may not know what it is. There's a fix. There's something you can bring forward. And it's no trite thing that when all the evils of the world were let out of Pandora's box, the only thing that remained was hope.
Well, Pandora's box has been open.
Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Look at the vitriol and hatred just thrown around in the world.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
come on.
Oh my goodness.
You know, it's so easy to get caught up in it. It's so easy because this is an energy that feeds on itself.
Right.
It really does.
If we're doing tarot scopes, we have the full moon in Aquarius, so we have the star card.
Right.
We have the sun in Leo, which is the strength card. And then we have the 27 degree, which equals a 9, which is the hermit. So that is a really good set to look at, right? Lead with the light and your courage, your heart towards that hope.
Secret Agent Coconut Tree. What a name. Thank you for following us. Keep spamming. Spamming that.
Secret Agent Coconut Trees.
I like it.
Definitely a connection to what's going on in the
Yeah,
world
I think
today.
so. Did you just fall out of a coconut tree? No.
What do you think? You just fell out of a coconut tree?
I love it. It's there you go again though, where there was just fear mongering going on. There's hope
There's
now.
a new hope.
There is a new hope. I said to Lisa, it's
like we're
episode
living
4,
in
isn't it?
episode 4 of Star Wars right now. Yeah.
A new hope.
Yeah, a new
so
hope.
yeah, I love the idea that we've got this opportunity to move forwards into new, where we do genuinely care for each other. What the hell's wrong with that?
I don't know.
What's wrong with that? Tell me what's wrong with that. To care,
Right.
to actually care. Yeah, I love it. Gosh. So if you guys, I see some people throwing questions up on the TikTok. We are going to get to readings, but just throw as a gift, any kind of gift, doesn't matter whatever you like, and spam that heart button and follow us and share the live and all that fun stuff, and we'll light a candle and get on with some fun stuff. And all of our channel members, obviously, on the tube of you that have joined us, thank you.
Well, we've got you all listed.
I must formally request that you absolutely hammer that like button. You haven't done so yet. I can tell that.
Happy birthday, Cass.
Oh, happy birthday, Cass. Yes. Aha. Well, it is the Leo time, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it? Hello, Laura. How you doing? Can't make this stuff up, can you?
All right, I'll mix that in. All right,
I
gotta
love
put
it.
Laura
I love it.
on
I
here.
love it. All right.
All right, so first is Geraldine. Sorry, Geraldine was here first. I saw a G. So if anybody really has a question and they don't just want a card,
Ask it.
you could ask the question.
There may be a slight satellite delay there, but we'll try and get to you.
All right, so people on YouTube, we have Geraldine, Gilda, Sean, Jess, Cass, Helena, Savannah, Logan, and Laura. So if you guys had a question, you could put that up.
Oh, and Esther's joined us from Switzerland. Thank you so much. Welcome. Do consider, liking us and subscribing and, spamming the heart button and all that fine stuff. Because there's not enough likes, people. There's more of you watching than liked. So like it. Like
it. Hope.
Alrighty.
All right, card 4, Geraldine.
Oh, well, am I going first? Oh, King of Pentacles.
That was my card of the day.
Oh, interesting.
That's my card of the day.
This is a good card. Speaking of finances, it's a very good card for finances. But I think just remember to be gracious. I think is important here. Don't get like. What am I saying? You'll notice. I don't know if you can see this particularly well because this is very sort of heavily coloured because this is the more modern Rider-Waite deck. This guy is obviously dripping in wealth. Very comfortable, very Taurian kind of look to it. I always see this as a very Taurian kind of card. And, you know, whilst Taurus is ruled by Venus, there's not the kind of graciousness, you know, that's going on here. There's more like a little bit of arrogance kind of thing. And the foot on top of the there is like, you know, you remember your spirituality. Don't get sucked into the mundane and let it subsume you and consume you. You've got to be or a full, you know, you need the full deck. You need everything, you know, body, mind, spirit, you know, soul is important here. Don't forget your soul food. That's what I'm trying to say, Geraldine. Don't forget your soul food.
Don't worry, Peggy. I've got you down.
All right, then.
All right, Geraldine, I see this card as some sort of investment.
Oh, there you
and
go.
Perhaps it is the time to make a small investment in yourself and do some full moon magic towards focusing on what it is you want to manifest. So take a little time, dig deep, figure out where you want to go, some of the things that you'd love to have, and then do some work to make that happen. All right. So, just want to ask about living situation. Oh, I bet.
I bet it does, but you know what? It's all too common. It's all too common. People do that. You know, people suck, frankly. Not everybody sucks, but people do suck.
Yeah, Esther, that was my card of the day, the King of Pentacles. So I think it is time that we do a little self-nurturing.
Yeah,
all right.
It's not a sucky
card. So, Sean, you're next.
Oh, thank you. So, Sapir, could you stick Sapir on the list and mapping SIPIR? Thank you. And if you've got a question, just throw it in there, and we'll get to that.
All right.
Pleasantly.
So we do have quite a few readings to do today, so
next?
just be patient. And the other thing that I want to say is, as always, there seems to be a group mind that develops with the cards that we have of the day. So if you don't get to ask a specific question, or you've tuned in to this show at a different time, you can kind of take the general energy of the readings and look at that for inspiration.
Yes.
All right, so Sean.
It's not Sean Connery.
All right. Reaching for that old soul experience. Sometimes we bring things from a past life with us, and then they hang around in our subconscious, and we have to really kind of work and explore to bring them forward. I also use this card as the Sag card, so I think that key is important for you to work with today.
Yes, as you know, as I've shared with you personally, there's 3 cards in the deck, plus the Hermit for me are indicative that we're talking about or talking to an old soul. So you know that, mate. You know that. You've you've been around the block a time or 3 by now. So don't forget that innate wisdom that lies within you. Sometimes, you know, we get sucked off into the sides and get our getting confused, like a lot of static going around. So I think it's important for you to really work on a quiet meditative practice. Spend some time just learning to be still. I know that's difficult. Oh, for God's sakes, what's with all the ads on YouTube? They've gone nuts. I'm sorry. So learn to be still. Learn to be quiet. And listen very quiet. You can't hear if you're making a noise, and I think your intuition, your innate wisdom is trying to talk to you. So work on developing that. All right.
Okay.
All right.
You're first for Gilda.
Gilda. Oh, and speaking of the hermit, so,
Light the way, light the way.
yeah, it's so interesting that the cards that we've got here are very much like illuminating things for other people. As Lisa says, there's like an oversoul message that's going to come through, and I get a feeling of all days we're probably going to get a very strong one. So this again is about being of service to others, and for me this is the pinnacle of human development. So many people that get sucked into the muddle world, and it's like power and money and authority and people worshipping them and all that kind of fun stuff. That ain't what it's about. And you probably heard me say this, I don't know, countless times, but the knight never stands so tall except when he kneels to help a child. And this light that he holds, the hermit's eyes are closed. This is not the light for him. He's not lighting his own way. He's holding up the light for others. So think about what you can do. I mean, thank you for your service, obviously. I appreciate that. But think about what else you can do. How can you serve? How can you make the world a better place? Even if it's just in your immediate environs, just perhaps within the confines of your family even,
I think this is an offer for some sort of schooling or certification. So if there's some sort of adult education class that you want to take, or if you want to become like a notary or whatever's going on, I feel like there's something that offers you a bit of kind of officialness or school, some kind of knowledge that you really want to have. And never sell yourself short. You can certainly manage it.
Damn straight.
All right. I'm up for Jess.
Jess. Hello,
All right.
Jess.
So I didn't see a question, but...
I don't think Jess asked a question. No. I can scroll back or
All
whatever.
right. No, Jess. Oh, my God. This is interesting because I know that you have had 1,000,001 things to work out. And I know that you're very focused and intense and that you work really hard on not worrying. But now that you've gotten yourself in a place of stability, you might really need to do some sort of releasing to allow yourself to kind of wash away all the worry that you had hidden or suppressed while you worked so hard. So we know that worrying is manifesting in reverse, and I know you've got a handle on it. And I know that instead of worrying, you've been planning. But what I'm saying is to kind of bring back your strength or recharge yourself. Allow yourself some sort of purge, some sort of cleansing. So now that you could truly enjoy where you've come to, rather than be concerned with all of the other things that were part of the journey to get there.
I'm thinking, Jess, that you need to just sometimes switch off and sleep. And I know you're very driven, and I know you've been doing so much for so long, and you've been running around with plates on sticks and putting out multitudes of fires.
Yeah, no,
and
I see a
God
time
knows
of
what
rest
else.
now. Yeah,
It's
she said,
important.
"Don't tell me there's more." No,
No, have only positive expectations.
have only positive expectations.
But try to sleep. And if you're fretting about something, I don't know, maybe here's a good idea for you, right? I want you to write something really positive, and it could be about yourself or whatever, something really positive that you did in that day that you feel good about you, and write that down before you lay your head down to sleep at night, because you're going to take that with you into other, and it's going to process there. You know what I'm saying? Which is a wonderful and amazing thing. So if you do wake up in a bit of a pither, oh gosh, what about? Just look at that pad, and it's going to take your head back to that really positive thing you did. So, and look at it when you get out of bed in the morning, because what is with this people? That's like 8 times the amount of adverts they're trying to throw out there today. I don't know what's going on. So, good rest, relaxation for you. Rest, sleep, actually. You know, I know you're somebody who loves to do things. I get it. You know, and yes, life's awful short, so the moments that take your breath away are really, really important. But do think about rest, sleep. Okay, that's my 2 cents for you.
So, SK, yes, you can ask a question. However, you would either have to become a channel member or send us a super chat.
For anything. Anything.
Could be $1, doesn't matter.
We don't care.
All right.
It's an exchange of energy.
You're first for Cass.
Oh, Cass, happy birthday.
These up a little bit.
What about this? Oh, I got this one instead. Oh. Come on now. And maybe they're that YouTube are trying to upset me today. I don't know what it is. I know it's hard, especially at birthdays and things like that, that you get emotional pulls. You know, memory goes back and you think about things. And
he was really stinky on his birthday.
Wasn't I?
Oh my God.
I was. I was having a little bit of a downer, to be honest. But it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be okay. You know, you can't change what's happened. You can't. But you can come to a point of acceptance and realize that, you know, the memories are blessed things. They really are. And that itself is a continuation. You know, those who are remembered live, kind of thing. So it's hard sometimes to separate yourself from that hurt. It will always hurt, but that's what makes life precious, isn't it? So this will pass. You'll move the other side of it, and it's going to be okay. That's all I can really say.
I just go with what I get, and sometimes I don't know where it comes from.
Fair enough then.
But I feel like what we were talking about with allowing yourself to nurture yourself, these 3 swords are sometimes seen as emotional attachments, right? So when we're first moving around on the planet, we're somebody's child. And then, you know, we're somebody's spouse or partner. And then we're somebody's mother or grandmother. And although those things are all very beautiful, it doesn't leave us much time to be ourselves. So I feel like this is not a negative thing, but it's like a permission thing to say that, yes, you are somebody's child, and yes, you are somebody's partner or have been somebody's partner, and yes, you are somebody's mother and grandmother and all those things. You're all those things to all those people. And now today, think about who you are to you and spend some time nurturing you.
So, Bear, we've not forgotten about you. There's just a few people in front of you. I think 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You'll be up after the 5 more.
All right.
All right. So hang in there.
All right. So I'm first for Helena, and Helena wants to focus on
her
living
situation. Yes, I saw that.
Okay. Well, there is going to be money. I think you probably have funds available to you that you don't realize. That if you went and talked to someone, you might uncover that benefit so that you can look forward to the move. This time frame card for me is Capricorn, which I think will be towards the first of the year, right? So Capricorn is the 20th or 20th, 21st solstice time in December until mid-January. So I think you could set things up and have a real focus to get where you want to be by the beginning of the year.
This there's a ploughed field, that says it all. You may not have a clear idea right now, but you just you know, think about that little dolmen. That, you know, you don't need to know exactly where it is, but you've just got to have that positive expectation that you're moving in the right direction, and it will manifest. You know, don't put blocks on things. Be completely open to it, and it will come. Definitely. It's a very positive card, this, Helena. Very positive. I love it.
All right. You're first for Savannah, and she says she's changing attorneys.
Oh.
And she wants to know any advice because she's trying to finish up this 5-year case.
Right. And, I think you made the right choice, girl.
Wow, yeah.
I think you've definitely
They're
made the
gonna
right
ride
choice.
you home to victory.
Yeah. So yeah, positive. I mean, but yeah, honestly, it's not wrong to hold somebody accountable if they've been pithering for, ever and ever and ever. And, but you have to understand, insurance companies or whoever it is, whoever the party is that you're going after here, they spend a fortune to delay and obfuscate and talk down and all that sort of stuff.
But the stupid thing is, they have to pay your attorney fees.
Ah, okay. Well, here's the thing. It's the same attorney, new firm.
Okay.
New firm, but that he's free to... It's probably his own bloody firm at this point, maybe. He started his own thing. And this definitely, this is a very strong leadership card. It's very, very, very positive here.
Yeah.
Here.
I mean, that it speaks volumes, this card.
Doesn't it?
So, it is my victory card, and I sometimes see it in a reading. This is just bizarre. I sometimes see it in a reading representing a group of people that think they cannot be overthrown. Like a clique or a mob or, or actually like the mafia, whoever it is. So many times I see this card when someone is opposing a group that think they cannot be taken down. And I see this card as proof that they can be held accountable. So I think you're closer than you think. And the number 6 will be important. Okay.
All right. 6 figures, eh?
Oh, well, that's
That'll do.
all right.
All right. Who we got now?
Logan is up next, and I'm first.
Okay.
And
my nose is itching like mad. I'm so sorry.
thank
Please
you.
excuse-
Cass says, thank you. I'm healing and moving forward, remembering and cherishing my family. Absolutely. I wasn't saying not to. I was just saying that, think of all those things and how they are part of you, and then think of who you really are. I'm going to take this card out and put it on my altar. Yes. They don't have to pay my attorney fees. Well, why not?
Have you thought about asking them to?
Yeah. All right. So I wrote down Logan's question is, what does Caradwin want me to know? So I'm first for that.
Oh, goodness gracious me. Oh, hello.
I don't know if you can see this clearly,
10 of Swords.
but the sun is coming up to overtake the darkness. And this guy has his fingers crossed. So he's like, look, the situation may look really bad, but it's not as bad as it seems. Also, these 10 swords are positioned in the chakras like the journey on the tree. So what does Caradwin want you to know? That hope is eternal, and that you have the ability to remove the darkness.
Yeah. And I'm going to emphasize that as well. I think you're in a place of profound healing right now, if I may be so bold. Profound healing. And it really is letting go completely of the former you that does not serve you anymore.
Right, the you that does not serve
you. The you that
you.
does not serve you anymore needs to be, laid to rest.
You hold
quite
on the
literally.
good parts. You hold on to the light.
And allow the brightness of a new day, a complete renaissance, a
Dawning,
complete,
like an aha.
a complete renaissance, a complete revitalization, of coming back to life, but a different life, a life of hope and positive expectation and joy. Frankly, I think your joy was stolen from you and has been from a long time, but it's still in there. if you'll connect with it.
But to become Taliesin, Gwion Bach had to do a lot of transforming.
There was a lot of transformation there, wasn't there? If you think about it. So yeah, you're being asked to embark upon a transformational journey, I think, is what you're being asked to embark on. There you have it.
Out of the darkness and into
the light.
You are first for Laura, who said she fell and has stitches in her head.
Oh, poor thing. Oh, for goodness sakes.
That's not really a question, it's just information.
Yeah, well, we're upside down here. But, you know, this is a very positive card. I think sometimes we get too stuck in our... I don't want to say routine, but kind of in the way that we process things, in the way that we look at things, in the way, you know, we just do it from the same place. And what this card is trying to tell you is that, you know, sometimes you have to move, you have to turn things upside down, or, you know, stand in a different place so you obtain a different perspective. And I think that's what you need right now to help you move forwards. Is a better... Oh dear. Oh God. I'm concussed.
Wow.
Well, heal first. You know, concussions need healing, and if you've not sought medical attention...
Well, full moon is very good for healing energy too.
And seriously, if you need to go see a doctor, don't, you know, if you're feeling sick in any way...
To get stitches in your head, you had to go see a doctor.
But, you know, again, if you start to feel sick or anything like that, you know, look out for yourself, and maybe let somebody know if you're by yourself in your condition, so they can just keep an eye on you. You know what I mean?
Well, the focus is definitely on the head here. It's light around the head, right?
Yeah. So yeah. But for you, I think a change of perspective would be really, really useful.
Okay. There's something interesting that we don't always see about the Hanged Man. And that is the appearance of stillness, right? He has his arms behind his back. He has one leg crossed. He's hanging on this tree. And there's this great appearance of stillness. But what he's really doing is traveling in his mind. So maybe you got this whack on the head, this clue by 4.
Clue by 4.
So that you could take a little bit of time and not feel guilty to take it. And to really think about what you're doing, how you're doing it, and what you'd like to do going forward. So the devil is in the details. And again, petition whatever big good thing it is today to show you what is the best way forward. Okay. I'm first for Peggy. What do we got here? I got staples. I went to the ER. I get staples out Thursday. Oh, that's pretty quick.
I want to do all the things. We all want to do all the things.
Clue by 4. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Peggy. Healing, alchemy, understanding.
Hi, wildflower.
And a great sense of protection for whatever it is you're working on. So I feel like there's a new energy of balance, a new energy of healing, and kind of a renewed hope. When I look at this card, it's very similar in energy to the star card.
Isn't it?
With one foot on the water and one foot on the earth, and the 2 vessels that are pouring water. But this card is much more of a balance and healing and an understanding of how to climb the hill. So something is opening up to bring you a lot of really positive energy.
What she said. I love this. It's very much about not just going with the flow, but actually facilitating the flow, being the one that connects the energy, being the one that completes the circuit of force, if you will, to allow that which is taking place to take place. Because sometimes I think we do have a propensity to stand in our own way, probably because we can't bloody see, you know, we can't see the whole picture. We're just looking with our flashlight, with the batteries pretty much half done, and we're trying to figure out this huge warehouse through a tiny click in the slit in the side of the building, and it's difficult, but just, I don't know, again, the word hope keeps springing back to mind here, having only positive expectations and facilitating the flow, not actively resisting things, because you may be actually digging your heels in to resist the very thing that is going to propel you forwards. So it's okay to not have a complete idea of exactly where we're going, but to know we're going in the right direction. If that makes any sense, I hope it does. Oh, gosh.
All right, Saphir. Will I get my test results today, is her question.
Oh, bless you.
Do I have cancer in my throat and liver?
Well, you're first for Sapir, so...
Okay.
Let's go digging. Let's see what we've got going on here.
Well, this is an interesting card to have. This card represents like a self-employed kind of energy. And he is dressed in similar colors to the Hanged Man, the blue and the red. And the blue and the red also represent an alchemy of healing. I feel like it's going to be a couple of more days before you get the test results, that things are being checked over and over again. And I want to say it's more like Wednesday. And I also feel that your focus and your belief is really, really important right now. I'll share something very personal. My dad, it was discovered that my dad had lung cancer when he was in his 80s. And I was really close friends with the doctor. And we agreed that we would tell my dad that he had cancer, but we wouldn't tell him that he was going to die, right? The kind of cancer he was diagnosed with, he had only months to live. But we knew that if we said, by the way, you have cancer and you're going to die, he would listen and he would die. And because we didn't tell him he was going to die, he believed he could live, and he did for 4 years. And he was already 80-something when it started. So what you believe is more important than what they tell you. I'm not saying don't get treatment if it turns out that you have cancer. I'm not saying don't take it seriously. But I'm saying focus on what you can do to lift yourself, right? So even if you get news that you don't want to hear, don't think you have to give up, right? They're going to offer you ways forward. And it's really, really important that you focus on positive, nurturing energy. So today's full moon is a perfect time for you to do healing work. And if you're concerned about the throat, focus on blue light and healing, because you can make a difference in your healing process.
Oh gosh, I mean, I could go on forever about Reiki and all that amazing stuff. First thing you need to know is cancer, as we know, is a metabolic disease, and I'm going to tell you this. I'll share this with you. What happens is that we have this thing in our body where all of the cells in our body are replaced. Literally, they're replaced hundreds and hundreds of times, thousands of times.
In our lifetime, yeah.
Over our lifetime, they're continually renewed. So they're only designed to live for a short while, and be replaced. But what happens is sometimes one of these cells will start to rebel and say,
Go rogue.
Go rogue. I don't want to die. And it ignores what's known, it's a failure of the death dominion pathway. I don't know if you want to look at this or whatever, but it basically hangs on, and then it starts sending out messages. Hey guys, I found a place to be safe. It'll typically find a place where there is some inflammation or injury.
Right. So we're talking about throat chakra.
And liver.
This is, okay. Throat chakra is creativity that may have been stifled, or communication that may not have been understood or stifled. And the liver is anger and resentment. So as spiritual people, we learn that whatever's coming into our physical body comes in mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. So having your creativity stifled or having your voice stifled may have made this anger and resentment, or something may have given you this anger and resentment that you could not express, and these two things are involved. And blue light is really, really important for the throat, and the sound or vibrating energy of use that.
Please. So, thank you.
Sorry.
It's okay. These things all work for that. That's it's all good. It's
Everybody's
all good.
going, what?
What? You've all gone mad over there, haven't you? So understand that these cells, I was saying, send out signals. Come hang with me, and we'll be all right.
Yeah, we can be a little group here.
We'll be this rogue group and all that
We're
sort
not
of
going to
stuff.
die.
But I would respectfully suggest that we don't know much yet fully understand the mechanisms of the metabolic system within the human body. We're making discoveries all the while, and certainly there's now a strong feeling that our immune system plays a big role in controlling this, controlling the death dominion pathway and so on and so forth. So I would suggest it turns on and off. I suggest all of us at some time have this going on, and then it corrects itself and we're never ever aware of it. But if you've got that site of injury, and that's where, or inflammation, this is where it's going to, really manifest itself. But this is about you doing your own work. And the first thing is the strongest, most powerful tool, and we've been raising witches a little while, girl, I'll tell you. The most powerful tool in witchcraft is your mind. Your mind. 99.9% of witchcraft is headology, okay? But it's what's in your head that makes the difference. If you believe you're doomed, you're doomed. If you believe that
she's saying, is it yes or no? We would never speak anything into being. We're giving you ways to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. So okay. This says it's in your hands. That's the long and the short of it. It's up to you. You're going to have to work on your restoration of your health for sure.
Right? Honestly, do that chant. A or EA. Savannah says she could feel that. Yeah.
Oh, hello. You guys are such a light. Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Always YouTube or in person, Em. Oh, well, you must have been into our store then. Contemplate becoming a channel member. We love that.
So everybody, it's really, really important that you pray for peace. Each person can make a difference. And when we work together on the same thing, we can make a huge difference. So, the last full moon, there were a lot of us who were focusing on positive energy for the blue team, right?
Well, apparently we just hit something. Well, thank you so much. It's very sweet of you. Thank you.
Stay strong. Okay. So a lot of us focused energy that Saturday night on the blue team. And the next day, Biden made that huge sacrifice and elevated the blue team. Now here we are a month later, and we still need to send energy to the blue team, and energy for healing and energy for peace. Okay?
In the whole world.
The world for the highest good. And we don't have to worry about how, and we don't have to make ourselves sick over it.
Nope.
And we have to eliminate worry and stress.
Yep.
But let us work together in the light to send positive energy for peace on earth, for the healing energy, right? So that all world leaders will work for peace, right?
Yeah.
So Aquarius is the sign of the humanitarian, and it's the sign of hope. Have only positive expectations and get on with it, right? So the next couple of hours are the best time to do this work.
Really?
Because after 2:30 the moon will be waning.
Oh, hold on. It's all right. I can just do this without hurting myself. Keep talking. I got it.
All right. After 2:30 the moon will be waning, and then that would much be a better time to dissolve worry or dissolve stress. But while the moon is still waxing for these next
couple hours,
hour and a bit,
yeah.
Focus on peace of mind, and heart healing, and stay as positive as you can.
Well,
right?
That's the thing. That's what fixes it, you know?
All right, we need card of the week.
We need card of the week.
Which I think this week is going to be a doozy.
Oh, no!
Yeah. All right, well, this
Avoid
is what happens.
conflict.
This is what happens when you got two D squares. We got two oppositions and
Mercury
four
retrograde.
squares, and Mercury retrograde, and Saturn retrograde, and oh my holy Hector. Above all, do not give in.
No, do not.
To the anger, right? Look at the sky, it's blue, right? It's okay to defend yourself. It's okay to build boundaries, but it is not okay to harm someone else. So whatever it is you're working on, and it harm none, do as you will.
Yeah, Diane Liss, if that is right. Hold tight. We will pull a card for you because you sent us a bunch of roses. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, this is a fractious time, kind of fractious. But remember, you know, you need to apply a filter, and I'll probably need to take my own bloody advice here. And the filter is, before you open your mouth and chuck in something, is it necessary? Is it true? Is it kind? Okay? Or first, is it true? Okay? That's really important. There's an awful lot of confused information
Uninformed
going
opinions, which are not truths.
Uninformed opinion is not stating truth, no matter how passionately you want to believe it, all right? You owe it to yourself to do a little bit of fact-checking. It's not hard. It's not hard. Look at your sources as well. So before
What kind of sources?
Oh, stop it. A saucepan. Not that kind of sauce.
Anyway.
She just beats me up shamelessly. See. So look at where have you got that information? Is it true? Okay. Is it necessary for you to voice that right now? And above all, is it kind? You know, is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it true? If not, don't even contemplate opening your chuffing gob. All right? It costs nothing. Silence costs nothing.
All right. So come on, let's do her card because we're running out of time.
Yeah, avoid prevaricating conflict. All right. Go on. You pull it.
Why do I have to pull it?
Because you're like...
Did you see a question? Or
I don't know. I have no idea how to scroll back and get it either on the TikTok. It's got a fairly useless influence.
All right. So I can't read this name. Diane Liss. Do you have a question, Diane Liss, before we pull your card?
Yeah, just fire it out real quick if you do, and we'll endeavour to. We've got to thank you. Well, don't thank you. Where are you guys from the UK? Well, I'm actually originally from the UK. But we're in New York right now.
He's from Birmingham,
All right,
but his accent's been really
Somewhat
screwed
murdered.
up because he's been living in New York with me for a long time now. All right.
True enough.
Do you have a question? I know there might be a lag.
A little bit.
Be kind, there is no rewind. That's a good one.
I like that. Oh, I'm probably going to steal that.
Should I continue with my kid's father? We have 2 kids and live separately. Ooh,
Oh, there's an interesting.
question.
That's an interesting question. Over to you.
Well,
I bloody well know where Eagles Cliff is. My sister's very, very near to there. Anyway, moving on.
all right. This is a very positive card, but I kind of see it as you and your 2 children and not necessarily their father. I think he will not be a deadbeat dad. I think he will continue to at least try to stay present and try to be part of their lives. But I think you have a much brighter future ahead of you. And I think you really need to consider what would truly make you happy. And I feel like you're also like doing things the right way, not trying to turn the children against him, things like that. But I think that well, you and your kids together could be a family, you know?
Mm-hmm. What's that?
Yarm, yeah, that's where his sister lives, yeah.
Yeah, but no. That's it. It's a bit Middlesbrough, isn't it? Well, there were 2 people I'm trying to think of there. Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer. Bob Mortimer, what a fun guy.
Something about an underside.
well, I know I can't help you, but if maybe a Cadbury's boost which is slightly rippled with a flat underside may help you make a beautiful caravan in which to hide. I don't know why I remember that, but I do. Anyway,
All right, so this is a really wonderful card.
it is a very positive
It's
card.
like a celebration card.
It is. It's a celebratory card.
But I almost feel like it's a celebration of freedom.
But it's also a bit more like the sisterhood, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. So look, X's are X's generally for a reason, but I will go with what Lisa says. I don't think he's going to be a complete deadbeat, you know?
No.
I think he's got some ethics somewhere along the line in there, you know?
Right, he doesn't have to be a bad person.
No.
He's just not your person.
Yeah, he's not yours. Move on. Move on and be, you know, live the best life you possibly can. That's what this is about, you know. Just really enjoy and remember the words of the great prophet George Carlin, you know. Life isn't measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Give it large, live life to the fullest. That's what I would say. There
right,
you
then.
go. Well, that's us.
Peace and happiness. We're out.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go. Thank you so much for joining us. We're way over time, and we've got a million things
Oh
to
my
do.
God, you
and
wouldn't even believe today.
Yep, it's fun. So
All right,
thank you,
all for showing up.
thank you. Do like, comment, subscribe, share everything everywhere, all over the place.
Pray for peace.
And yes, be kind. Be kind. Thank you, guys. We're out of here. First to the ticket of talkers. Bye bye.
Bye.
And to you, good folks in the tube of you, also bye bye.
Peace. Have a great day. Stats.
Not terrible. Oh my God, Chris Lopez finally joined.